Disclaimer: the views, opinions, and insinuations made by the host or guests do not reflect those of the show, the management, and the network. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello! Hello everyone. This is Life Coach Marife Garfin from Life Coach Philippines. Welcome po ngayong araw na to, no? So, I'm Life Coach Marife Garfin from Life Coach Philippines, a professional certified co-actively co-create life coach, also a certified mental health coach, a master builder apprentice to master coaches master builder apprenticeship program. We build tribe as we help your unstoppable dream come true. I am the founder and the creator of my 10th attempt to parenthood coaching community that seeks to empower every parent to take a stand in mental health for themselves and their children. I am a public speaker trained under the six steps to a six-figure public speaking career training. And by background po, ako ay isang registered nurse with almost 22 years of hospital work experience, but I've transitioned myself to becoming an entrepreneur. And currently, I am a practicing, no? I am a practicing uh, life coach here in Tacloban City. And you are joining me live today for a day without your health coach from Arellano Street, Tacloban City, Leyte, Philippines. So welcome to this regular habit of ours every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Now, Think Talk Broadcast is a flagship community project of the speakers of Coaching Think Talk of Life Coach Philippines and members of the Coach A coaching community. Our mission is to get closer to our kindred and serve better our coaching tribe. We envision to be the go-to network to connect the heart, no, the heart, the mind, and the soul through the platform of live coaching. So this is us in the Philippines advancing coaching as an art, a science, a lifestyle, and a business. Now, your one coaching thought for today is health is a silent partner to goal achievement, yet it is a major player to success. We'll be back shortly. Welcome back. Today is the 6th of July, year 2022, and I'm broadcasting beyond the border of Arellano Street, Tacloban City, Leyte, Philippines. You are joining me for the live streaming of A Day Without Your Health Coach, and this program is created for the coaching conversation on lifestyle and health. And this is particularly a show created for people who desires to embark on their health journey for medical reasons, and even for healthy aging. So I'm just excited today. Nagbo-bloopers na po ako dahil sa excitement ko because I have here with me a friend, no? And well, he belongs to the millennial, and from I think for when we entered June, I started, focusing myself into trying to have a conversation, learning from the millennials how really what are their take what are their takes on health, no? So ngayon po meron din tayong isang millennial, but this one person is an achiever, and we'll get to know him, no, as we go along with our conversation. But let us give a warm welcome to our guest for this afternoon. He is a registered nurse, of course, with all the master's degree, no, in clinical supervision, and he is also a very active, no, very active member of the Philippine Nurses Association and the assistant dean of the Remedios Trinidad Romualdez Medical Foundation College of Nursing. So it's an honor and a privilege to have him here with us. So let's all welcome Sir Andre de Vera.
Hello, ma'am. Hello, Coach. Good afternoon. Thank you for having me. Thank you for inviting me. It's an honor and a pleasure to be in your program. Thank you.
So thank you, Andre, for giving us this time. No, na I know you're a busy person, but you gave me this time, so it's really an honor and it's a privilege for me.
Anything
But
for you.
yeah, thank you. So let's give them, no, Andre, your how. Ayoko sana magtanong sa age, but I know you're millennial. I know you're a millennial,
I
at
hope
hindi mo
I hope I
kabashi.
still belong to the category.
Yeah, yeah. But can you give us a brief background, a brief background lang naman of who really Andre is?
Well, first and foremost, I am a nurse educator. That's one.
Mm.
I have been in this field for 14 years now. I must say this is my passion. I wouldn't be here
Mm.
for 14 years if this isn't my passion at all. So,
Mm.
um, well, basically, I am just like any other ordinary person. I am 35 years old, by the way. I'll not be ashamed of mentioning my age. Um, but I'm still considered a youth according to WHO. Being a
Yeah,
youth would end up until 35 years old. Anyway,
yeah,
so that's basically me. I have, just like any other person, I have my struggles. I have my fights to, to fight and to win. Hopefully,
mm,
each and every day of my life, I encounter these challenges, and just like any other person, there are struggles, there are obstacles, the usual thing. Nothing really extraordinary or unusual for me.
mm. Okay. So thank you so much for that, Sir Andre. No, so yun, no, yan si Sir Andre, no, yung mga ating mga kaibigan ngayon sa digital space in we're live streaming now, no, in Think Talk broadcast. So yan po yung ating meron kasi yung mga kaibigan ditong pumasok. So I'm just glad that they're here, no. So that's Sir Andre, no, and I've known him to be really passionate in his teaching, no. Talagang
Yeah, we've known
educator
each
po
other
ito.
for quite some time. Just to give a
Yeah.
background, I've known Coach Marife Garfin since I was in college. She was a nurse and in the hospital that we were affiliating with, and we really looked up to you, at that time, and even up to now, of course, because you are a nurse worth emulating in your characteristics, your stance, the way you deal with your patients. Up until we became colleagues, and then we worked closely at the Philippine Nurses Association. And I believe we have transcended from being colleagues to being good friends.
Yes,
So,
yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
we've
So
known each
kaya nga
other
po,
for quite some time already.
yeah, and I believe yun yung aking pong blessing ngayon, no? Kasi nga kaibigan ko si Sir Andre, kaya pinagbigyan po tayo ngayong hapon, no? Because he's kind of busy, but he gave us his time. So thank you so much, Sir Andre. Now, you said you have been teaching for 14 years, no? That's a
Yeah,
passion. And I believe it's a gift also din yung pagtuturo, being a lecturer, no? You studied
it
everything,
is.
when you give lectures, definitely. I think memorize mo na nga yan eh, yung mga anatomy and physiology, all the diseases. Pero, ang tanong ko sa'yo, ano yung naging impact? What's the impact of having all those learning, no? I mean, ano yung
Mhm.
naging impact of how you see health?
Probably I would start by sharing my story on as to how I went to, I joined the academy.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
was not part of my plan. Being a young nurse during that time, we graduated like 2007, and being a young nurse,
Mm,
the transition of nurses during that time was so fast, just like now. That
yeah.
young nurses were expected to like get 1 to 2 years of clinical experience, then leave for abroad. That was the original plan.
Mm,
That was my original plan. Um, but then, just like in any other areas of life, you expect detours and you have to be open to
Mm,
detours. I really believe, I strongly
mhm,
believe that you go for the area where, or to the place where God would call you, and where you would
mhm,
find your so-called calling, your niche as a person. I
mhm,
was invited by RTR to teach, and so I joined
mhm,
the teaching profession, and then I simply fell in love with it. I would not say
mhm,
that it's a smooth it's a smooth journey. Of course, I
mhm,
handed resignation letters for quite some time. I mean, for quite a number of times, 4 times
mhm,
probably, that I've submitted a resignation letter. Most especially when I reached 25 years old, and that's what you call the quarter life crisis, which no one oriented me about. You're at the crossroads wherein you start questioning yourself: am I in the right path? Is this what I really want to do for the rest of my life, etc.? And of course, it doesn't mean that you have to close doors to opportunities, but then um, you see, you just continue what you're doing, and then eventually everything
mhm,
will fall into place with discernment and hard work, of course. So
mhm,
you mentioned about reading so many books. That's true, because as a teacher and as a clinical instructor, you must be 5 to 7 books ahead of your students. And your concept, my concept about health became broader, in the sense that
mhm,
you get to read more. Aside from reading more, you get to experience firsthand, not only as a teacher but as a nurse. Okay, what
mhm,
health is, what the challenges are in terms of health and its
mhm,
maintenance that you encounter with your day-to-day experience with your different patients coming from different walks of life, or not even just with your patients, with your students. Okay,
yeah,
so your
mhm,
understanding about health becomes broader. It
yeah,
becomes alive. The picture becomes alive right in
mhm,
front of you. It's different from that you just simply reading the definition of health by WHO or by certain nurse theorists found in the book. When you practice and when you go to the clinical area, you go to the community, you get to see the real Juan de la Cruz in the community, then you get to
mhm,
experience the real definition of health, and you will be able to realize that there is no concrete or correct definition of health. It would depend on the person's perspective. In
agree,
other words,
agree,
simply put, the definition of health is relative.
yeah,
It would depend
yeah,
from
I
one
agree.
person to another.
I agree with that, no? So, iba-iba po talaga yun sa iba. We have all have different experiences. We all have, kaya when we look at health and if we define health, it's actually, yeah, as you said, it's relative, no? So, it's
Mhm.
on the person, no? Depende sa kanyang experience. But, kung tanungin kita, no, if you have, as you said, no, as you said, you have been reading, yes, and the definition of health changed for you with the
Mhm.
exposure, with the learning, no? But uh how did it really, like, if it's going to, if you're going to really look, like you said, iba-iba nga tayo, but how did it really became part of Andre? How do you like, how ang tawag doon, how does it impact, or how did it influence even your day-to-day living?
Of, I, of course, when you're a nurse, you are very much not necessarily health conscious, but then you are somehow, how do you call this one? How would I say this? You become more aware as
Mm-hmm.
to
Mm-hmm.
what you're going to do with your body, what's happening with your body, what food you take in. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you're trying to, even if it's very hard, trying to establish a healthy lifestyle. You become more aware of
Mm-hmm.
it. If you build, not only if and for my part, being health, being in the academy, but a nurse in general, when you're knowledgeable of these things, you become more aware, you become more conscious what you put in your body, what food you take in, your health, your lifestyle, you try to adhere to it, because we have to practice we have to walk the talk, practice what we
Yeah.
teach, right?
Yeah.
So you could not simply instruct the people in your clients or your patients to eat this and
Mm,
that, to quit from smoking, to adopt a healthy lifestyle if you don't do it yourself.
mm, mm. Yeah. I agree. I agree with you, Andre. No, and there are many times, no. But you see, there's really, like, how do you call it? In even if people are aware, no, even if there's awareness, there's really a I believe there's a different way of us really translating and understanding it, because there are still a
Absolutely.
lot of people who are in the healthcare who are still not mindful, no? Makikita mo pa rin yung mga smokers na nurse, makikita mo pa rin
Absolutely.
yung mga doctors na are
I
overweight,
I for
and
one, I'm not going to say I live a perfect lifestyle or a
uh,
healthy lifestyle. Of course,
mm,
I eat at fast food chains, though you
yeah,
know
yeah,
that it's not really good for your health. But you try to limit, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I admit that I don't get to exercise, you know, the physical exercise and the workout regularly
mm,
because of my very busy schedule, a very punishing
yeah,
schedule. You are aware of that. I am aware of that. But you know,
mm,
translating it into actual practice, that's where the challenge comes.
yeah. It's a different story then, no? It's a different story. But
Yes,
at least with awareness, I believe when you're aware, meron na rin ding sumusundot sa brain mo whenever you're about to, you're
absolutely.
about to do something that is unhealthy.
It starts there. It starts
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
Awareness is really the first step.
yeah.
Then you move higher.
Okay. Okay. So yun nga, no, yun. And it's really a challenge. It's really a challenge to really like embrace it, no, for yourself, and especially
Mhm.
uh I believe, yung malakas talaga yung like your will, no, your willpower really to embrace it and really like
Mhm.
stand on that because we have to, we have to walk the talk, and it's really difficult, no. It's not easy to walk the talk, and so it would really require so much effort, no, because human as we are, we have, we have pressures, we have friends, we have, there's a lot of things that will influence you in terms of your health. But thank you so
I
much for
agree.
sharing that, Andre. No, awareness, I believe, no, awareness, I agree with you, awareness is key, no, at least nasimulan na, meron ng sundot dyan,
Yes.
nasimulan na when there's already
And as
awareness than
nurses,
not
that's part
really
of
knowing.
our basic function, really, to spread awareness, the
Mm,
health
to
promotion
create.
and disease prevention. That's one of our
Yeah.
jobs, nurses.
Mm, yeah. So thank you so much for that, Andre. Now I want to talk with you, and from there, that's where we're going to do the discussion. So anything that I would say a word, and whatever comes to mind, just say it. I just want you to like relax with it, no? So sagutin mo lang on the basis of how you picture,
Wait, how do I
how
answer
you
this one?
picture
Do I
any
just
word.
give one word?
Yes, one word. One word.
One word which would pop up from my mind.
Yes, that would pop up from your mind.
Game.
We're
Go
gonna be
ahead.
exploring it in a little while, no? So ngayon muna, fast talk, we're gonna explore it in a little while. Okay. So let's
This is making me
begin.
nervous. Okay, go ahead.
Ne, paranood ka lang kay Boy Abunda sa fast talk.
Yeah, but
Okay?
you know, just for the information of the listeners, this is really impromptu. This is not something which has been prepared for.
Yeah, this is
Go
impromptu.
ahead, mom.
Okay. Okay, food.
Nourishment,
Okay. Exercise.
a task.
Task. Okay, akala ko sabi mo punishment. Nourishment,
No, no,
punishment.
it's a
Okay,
task.
task. Task. Passion, Andre. Passion.
Passion. Um, I guess life,
Mm-hmm. Fun.
fun. Oh my. Wait. Um, I guess I'll still go for life.
Okay. Health practice.
Health practice. Um, wait. Health practice. I guess lifestyle.
Lifestyle. Relaxation.
It's a need
Need.
or a
Sleep.
necessity.
Okay. Sleep.
Again, a necessity.
Okay. Water.
Water, um, life,
Mm-hmm. Cravings,
cravings. I'm gonna say temptation,
temptation. Okay. Community.
community. Um, any word which would come into my mind when it comes to community, I think of
Yeah.
culture.
Culture. Okay. So that's it. So thank you so much, Sir Andre. No. So basically,
Okay, you made me nervous.
those ganun naman kasimple yun eh. See, the things that I've given to you, those words that I've asked you, no? So it's supposed to be a practice that everyone should be mindful about, observing, the pillars of good health, because they are really they when you are conscious about it and you're mindful about it and it's become a practice, any of those, health will really be nurtured. Health will really be
Mm-hmm.
nurtured. Okay? So let's go on food. Ano yung sinabi mo
Okay,
kanina sa food?
nourishment.
Nourishment. Mhm.
Yes.
So how do you define nourishment? How do you define nourishment?
Well, it's from the simple word. I mean, from the simple definition, it's something which gives nutrition to the body. So I
Mm-hmm.
see food as something which is really needed by the body. Well, obviously it is. Um,
Mm-hmm.
why did I say nourishment? Let me expound on that, if you
Go.
will allow
Yeah.
me. It's because
Yeah.
before we just see food as a source of pleasure to satisfy your cravings, or to satisfy what you want. But when you grow
Mm-hmm.
older, probably that was my perception about it when I was younger, 20s, early 20s, and when I was in my teens.
Mm-hmm.
But as you grow
Yeah.
older, you think about, and again, as you develop more awareness, having taught
Mm-hmm.
nutrition in the past, you think of
Mm-hmm.
food as a source of nourishment, one which should give nutrition to your body. You become more conscious as to what you put inside your body. Do you get me?
Mm-hmm.
Say, for
Yeah. Yeah.
example, I will be very honest with you. I am not really that healthy. I was diagnosed with fatty liver, that I had to an elevated cholesterol level, that I had to
Yeah.
cut on my diet. Both of my parents are
Yeah.
diabetic, so I have to, as early
Mm-hmm.
as now, I really have to watch for my diet. You cut my intake of
Yeah.
sugars and carbohydrates, simple carbohydrates for that
Mm-hmm.
matter. Um, because my father once told me, if you want to live long, you have to start eating healthy when you're still young. You
Yeah.
can simply
Agree.
cut on your diet and then start eating healthy once you feel something in your body, or once
Mm-hmm.
your previous lifestyle would start to take its toll on you. So you have to start early. That's why I became more
Mm-hmm.
conscious of what I eat. As much as possible, I try to eat clean.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I try to eat
Mm-hmm.
foods which are simple, clean,
Mm-hmm.
but I have to admit, I succumb to temptations and to cravings at times.
Yeah.
But
There are
if you're going
cravings. Yes.
to, this is what I've observed from myself. When I was younger, whenever there's a buffet, of course there's this dessert section. You go for the sweets and all. Now that I'm a bit older nga ba, I go for the fruits, the healthier options. It's because not only that I am very much conscious of what I eat, but it's because it satisfies my palate and it feels lighter,
Mm-hmm.
really, after a meal.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Agree. Agree with you. No. And when you use when you actually see food as nourishment, you become actually more conscious of the impact that it will have on your body. And as you said, no, when you become used to it, it becomes a practice. It the taste, actually you acclimate to the taste, and
Yes,
it's something that you enjoy. Yeah, it's something that you
yes,
enjoy. One of the things that I've discovered for myself, no, dati kasi pag kumakain tayo, we're Filipino, we like the pinggang Pinoy, no, we like the rice, we have the meat and all those things. But for me,
absolutely.
when I transitioned, actually, when I transitioned to healthy eating, na-develop ko na din yung I don't look at food in that way. I would like look at my plate if there's protein, if there's carbs, if there's fat. Okay, that's
Mm-hmm.
how I look at it. Kahit walang kanin, basta may carbs, hindi ko nahanapin yung kanin. Importante,
True.
yun meron ako nun. So, you actually become used to it, no? It's difficult at the first time, but when you used to it, it becomes a practice. Well, it's a reflex. So, hindi na mahirap talaga pag naging
You
practice
know,
na.
I attended a party one time. And,
Mm.
syempre, pila sa buffet, right? So, ako, at my age, I would pick the banana and then the kamote and all. And then yung mga we have teenagers who were lined up before me. I crack a joke on them, sabi ko. I know that you're not going to get kamote and banana because this is not for your age yet. You could not appreciate this yet at this point in time of your lives. You'd go really for the rice and the lechon and all. So that's true. When you are aware, you become more conscious of what you put inside your body.
Mm.
You have to start early.
Yeah, and yeah, for you, I'm just, you know what, I would like to commend you, no, at you're only 35, but you're aware of, I mean, not really aware because you're a nurse, but really putting it into practice, no, kahit hindi naman perfect, no, of course we have temptation,
Of
but still
course.
meron nasimulan na because, the really the trend now is healthy aging. Kasi nga, paano mo sisimulan kung na-stroke ka na? Di ba napakahirap nun?
True.
It's
It's
difficult
already
when
too
na-stroke
late.
ka na, mo. It's too late, no? It took a toll on your body already. So, mas
Hmm.
mabuting maigi, no? Okay, exercise. You said
It's a
work.
task.
Ano ba yung sinabi? It's a
Task.
task. Okay.
Of course. Not really a punishment, but it's a task. You have to be committed to it. If you really want to
Mm-hmm.
do it, you have to spare your time, an ample amount of time. Well, basically
Mm-hmm.
naman, it's only asking 30 minutes per session, at least 3 times per week. That's the healthy amount of
Mm-hmm.
exercise, the minimum
Yeah.
healthy amount of exercise that we could get, right?
Yeah.
It's a task in the
Mm-hmm.
sense that you really have to allot time to it. Like for me, that I am very busy. I work
Yeah.
for now. My schedule is from Sunday to Sunday. I work. So
Yeah.
where would you insert exercise? So it really becomes a task. Just like any other task, it could be daunting at times.
Yeah. It can be. Pero ano na yung ginawa mo in that, I know you're very busy. I know that, yeah, as you
Mm-hmm.
said, you work from Sunday to Sunday. But what are the little things that you actually, have you ever tried? Or what are the little things that you did na parang, okay, pwede na rin to. Pwede ko na rin
You
ganito.
the simple walking.
Ah, walking.
The simple walking. Yeah.
I
I
remember,
go to church.
yeah,
I go to church every day, and I try to walk to in going and from the church and going home. I try to
yeah,
do
I
it
remember.
at
Yeah,
least
I
just to
remember
burn
you
calories.
mentioning it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
And here
remember
in,
you
in
mentioning
school,
it
for
na, ay, nagpapad lang
example,
ako.
I don't take the lift. I don't take the elevator. I really try
Mm.
to use the stairs. Aside from it
Yeah,
conserves energy, um, and you're helping to save Mother Earth. No, the other one
yeah,
is you're at least burning calories. So you have to be really
yeah.
physically active.
Yeah,
Hmm.
small things, no? Pwede naman yung mga small practices na yon, health practices, pwedeng masingit, no? Doon sa
Absolutely.
schedule. Mga konti-konti pwede siya. Okay,
Just be
passion.
physically active. Passion is life. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you have to
Passion is
be
life.
passionate about life, passionate about
Mm-hmm.
everything. If
How
you're
does it
passionate
show,
about,
Andrew? How
huh?
does it show sa'yo? I've seen you, no? I've seen, yeah, like, I'm a fan in your table setting and all those things, and you know what? I'm really like looking
Thank you.
forward to be able to experience it. But how do you picture? How do you
I'll invite you
picture?
one of these days.
Yeah. How do you picture really, like when you talk about life as a passion? Ano yung itsura nun? What's the picture?
Well, if I'm talking about life as a passion, there are different areas, different facets,
Mm-hmm.
right? Different areas of life. There's your work, your career. There's your passion towards anything, your family or your significant other. A passion about which talks about your passion, which is directed to your hobbies, to your
Mm-hmm.
interests, anything really. And if you are passionate about these things, it comes out naturally. You give your
Yeah.
100%. You,
Yeah,
you
it does.
don't settle for mediocrity.
Yeah.
Um, it's very important for me, and I look at it this way. it's very important for you to keep your passion for life.
Mhm.
Passion for
Totoo.
life in general, really. It will
Yeah.
keep you going. It will keep you motivated. It will keep
Mhm.
you on, working on something, improving yourself, um,
Mhm.
just moving up, stepping up, moving forward.
Mhm.
Because if you lose the passion, that's the time that everything becomes monotonous,
Mhm.
everything becomes mundane, and you
Yeah.
start thinking as to what you're still doing here
What
and
the
what
hell is
these
the
are
meaning?
for. Of
Yeah.
course, you start
What's the meaning?
questioning, what am I here for? You start
Yeah.
questioning, if everything that you do is worthwhile and if it makes
Mhm.
sense. So
Mhm.
passion is really important in life.
Yeah. Okay. So thank you for that, Andre. How about fun? May fun pa ba si Sir Andre na 6 months,
Oh,
Sunday to Sunday ang work?
absolutely. I guess I also mentioned the word life in fun because
Mm.
life should be fun, and
How
it
do you
should really
ensure
be.
fun, Andre? How do you ensure for yourself, no? On a personal
Huh?
note, no? Paano mo ini-ensure yung fun sa life mo?
You just maintain balance. You know, first, if you're passionate about something, everything becomes fun. Teaching, for example, for me is fun. It gives me some sort of excitement. Being with young
Mm.
people, teaching these young people, etc. Being with my workmates is fun because
Mm.
it's part of my passion. They became like my family.
Mhm.
Another is being with my friends. It's really fun.
Mhm.
So I
Mhm.
see to it that I go out from time to time. But
That's good.
unfortunately, during the pandemic, I tell you, when everyone wasn't, really wasn't going out, we had to
Mhm.
stay inside our homes.
Mm.
It started to take its effect on me. At some point I got depressed because my lifestyle before is I would go out almost, not really every, but almost every weekend with friends, and
Mhm.
these friends of mine with come from different backgrounds. Not
Mhm.
all of us are nurses. I have my high school friends. I maintain a small group of people who are very close to me since high
Mhm.
school, since elementary, college, and even up to now, I still get to meet a lot of people.
Mhm.
They help me maintain balance with my life. They're fun
Yeah.
to be with.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
conversation, the simple conversation. It may not be intellectual at all times. We could talk about anything under the sun, but
Yeah.
you gain insights from them. You
Mhm.
broaden your perspective about
Yeah.
things from them. It's helpful to have a mixture of friends. I have friends who are very young.
Yeah.
I have friends who are, let's say, mature. I have friends who are highly intellectual. It's a different group. I
Yeah.
have friends who are, simply wala lang.
Oo.
Not necessarily that we have to talk about nursing all the time, etc.
Yeah.
It would become
Yeah.
monotonous and it would become boring.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I try to maintain fun by interacting with people. I'm a very social person.
Yeah. That's beautiful, no, because actually meeting different people, no, kahit yung mga friends mo in the past, no, it creates a, how do you, it disrupt the routine, and it basically provide you, parang it refresh you kasi nga yung routine mo
Mhm.
ganun na eh. So at least
And
being
this,
with them,
I
it's a
have
good
friend.
it's a
I
good
am not very selective of friends. I have friends who are young, who are young as 20, 21 years old. Yeah, when you interact with them, it keeps you young as well, and you get to understand them better.
yeah,
If you
that's
start
true.
talking to them, you
Yeah.
you broaden your perspective about things because they know things which you do not know, which is not in your
Yeah.
generation anymore. So
Yeah.
I learn from them. I hope they learn from me. So that's where the fun is.
Yeah. At least, we get updated when we're talking to younger people. You get updated, no? Ito na pala yung
Yeah,
nangyayari ngayon sa mundo.
absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. Kasi nga kung na-confine ka lang sa isang group, well, that's what you know. And but when you're exposed to other, ibang age bracket, ibang profession
True.
naman, it really like it creates
Mm-hmm.
it's refreshing for you, no? So okay. So marami pa tayong pag-uusapan, no? And doon sa ating fast talk, but we're going to go on a break, no? We're going to go on a break, just for hydration purposes, no? And
Sure.
ipakat ko muna yung discussion natin on the fast talk, no? But I'll leave you a hanging question and we're gonna be picking up on the fast talk, no? Iko-continue natin mamaya. But I have this hanging question for you, Andre, no? That you said you're a busy guy. You work from Sunday to Sunday. Now,
For now.
what what would be a healthy, perfect day for Andre de Vera? So that's a hanging question that you will answer when we come back. Okay, so we're gonna short break. Stay with us.
As a business owner, are you overwhelmed by the need to post beautiful, engaging content every single day? Are you left wondering what to write? Tired of scrolling through stock photos that all start to look the same? Confused by complicated graphic design programs? Rise Up Creatives is here to help. Each month, we give you everything you need to create 31 days of social media content in just 5 minutes a day. Customizable captions, curated lifestyle photos, a drag and drop graphic design tool, and the ability to post directly to your social media accounts. No one else empowers you with these 4 resources all in one place. Each month, we help you plan your social media calendar by providing you with 31 image themes and customizable captions so you can quickly and easily create engaging content and grow your following. Simply select the image that works best for your feed or story. Then, copy the caption and customize it to fit your audience. 5 minutes a day. It's that quick. Plus, you'll absolutely love our drag and drop graphic design tool. Start from scratch or choose one of our beautiful templates to fit your unique brand. When you're ready to export your design, you can download, email, or post directly to your social media accounts. Here's the truth. Our world needs what you have to offer. Don't let technology or procrastination hold you back. Rise Up Creatives is more than an online resource. We're a community helping you overcome your biggest barriers to reach your greatest goals. We're here to help you rise up and be creative.
Hello, we are back for the second part of our 13th episode of A Day Without Your Health Coach, brought to you by Decaf Coffee Republic, the coaching hub of Life Coach Philippines, and our home as certified professional CACC Life Coaches. Meet our coaching tribe at Decaf Coffee Republic, located at Pioneer Center Compound along Pioneer Road, corner Brixton, and United Street, Capitolio, Pasig City. We are open from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Saturday to Thursday. Our coaching hub is also an event place and venue of choice for an intimate gathering. So connect with Coach Rizal through 0917-586-1661 for inquiry and reservation. Our face-to-face community event is back at Decaf Coffee Republic, and I invite you all to join. Ito po yung aming mga daily face-to-face talk, no? Purpose Wednesday, um, Sandali muna po. Tira natin. Purpose Wednesday, away in a day with Coach Rizel. Strengthening Thursday, coaching for the soul with Master Coach A. Fab Saturday is an open mic with Coach Orville. Comfy Sunday, Sundays for Life with Coach Sean. Nurturing Monday, walk along with Coach Tin. Groove Tuesday, it's all about habits with Master Coach Hasmin. And so tonight we're going to be inviting you if you want to relax, have a cup of coffee. Well, just come in, no, to Decaf Coffee Republic. Hop in, enjoy your coffee. Habang po kayo ay nakikinig dito sa magandang topic na ito po, a Purpose Wednesday, Away in a Day with Coach Rizel, your level 10 life. So, di ba, while you're enjoying, you're sipping your coffee, you're listening to talks that will really empower you and will impact you. No? So, mamayang gabi po yan, hop in at Decaf Coffee Republic, 7:30 p.m. I also invite you to become a holder of the Be Learning e-card and join me inside the Be Learning Society as one of the mental model collectors. Enjoy a food and beverage discount from Decaf Coffee Republic and full access pass to the monthly mental model masterclass of Master Coach A, exclusive for Be Learning Society members only. Plus the benefit from the 90-minute free coaching session with senior coaches from Life Coach Philippines. So save the date on July 29th. That's the fifth Friday of the month at 7:30 p.m. for Buyer Hot Button Mental Model Masterclass and learn how to grow your sales and profit while making positive impact by learning a mental model that intersects with business success. Think Talk broadcast is also powered by Rise Up Creatives Worldwide, your social commerce turnkey solution provider in the new digital landscape. Visit www.riseupcreatives.com to learn the benefits of lifetime members like me, which includes the ability to create valuable and engaging social media content with original lifestyle photos in just 5 minutes. So, rise up and be creative now. Okay, so we're back. Tawagin natin si Sir Andre. Meron tayong hanging question, no?
Hello.
Yes. Yes, Sir Andre.
The
So yung
question
tanong
was,
natin na,
yeah,
alam
what
ko
would
you're a very busy person, but what would
Mhm.
really be an ideal day, a healthy ideal day for Sir Andre? Ano itsura nun?
healthy ideal day? I mentioned to you that I'm working for now from Sunday to Sunday.
Yes,
So
yes.
probably I would want to have a day where I could sleep um, up until 8 or 9 in the morning. That would already be a luxury for me
Mm-hmm.
because I usually wake up at 6 or 5:30 to prepare for
Yeah.
work, and just to lounge and do nothing. I want to I want to embrace the art of doing nothing, even just for a day.
Yeah, no. To
I don't
really
have to think
relax.
of anything. I don't have to
Mhm.
answer phone calls or text messages. I don't have to
Mhm.
think about my schedule for the
Mhm.
following day. That would be very ideal for me.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. No. So for those who are sabi, bakit ganun yung gusto ni Sir Andre? Well, you know what? For busy people, no, relaxation, sleep is luxury actually. No,
True.
this is something na deprived talaga yung mga tao. No, if you could just have one day na talagang mahiga ka lang at wala kang
Mhm.
iisipin, this is one of the I believe everyone no mga busy tao this is what they want no itong talagang relaxation na talagang wala lang gagawin but we are designed to work and we're designed well people likes to and we are designed to work and pag matagal naman din prolong din naman yung relaxation mahirap no pero yung
Yeah,
konti-konting
even just for a day or two. I wouldn't want I wouldn't want that routine for 1 week. It would
yeah
bore me. It would bore
yeah
me. Even
in
just
fact
for a day or two, it will be perfect.
and in fact we were tested during the pandemic no binigyan tayo
Yeah, I
wala ka
agree.
talagang gawin. And
The
so if
art
you're a
of
busy
doing
person,
nothing.
when you're a busy person, like, oh my gosh, what happened? Parang hindi mo
And I
alam
tell you,
paano gagawin sa araw.
it caused a lot of, people experiencing depression and mental health issues. when you know
Mm.
you're used to the rat race, and you're used to being very busy and have this routine every day of your life, and then suddenly everything would stop. You just
Yeah, agree.
simply, wake up and you're at home. You start questioning
Mm.
as to what you're going to do for the rest of the day. That's unhealthy.
Yeah. And I guess that gave us no the opportunity to be grateful doon sa business din naman ng buhay.
Exactly.
No?
I would
Na-appreciate na.
agree.
Nakita mo yung, okay na yan, okay na, I can do it, di ba?
Yeah, I
So,
agree.
thank you for thank you for that, Andre. We have a question here, a question from Bernard Jericho Brosas, no? Meron siyang tanong, Sir Andre,
Oh.
no? Sabi niya, point of clarification po, sir and ma'am, in
Uh-huh.
terms of the food intake po, since the Pinggang Pinoy was set as a standard for an ideal way of completing our diet, does
Mm-hmm.
this mean that as we age, this so-called food standard has to be bent slash altered and can still be deemed a healthy diet? So yun yung tanong niya. So what's
Bernard.
your thought
I
on
know
it?
Bernard. He posed that question. It's because I guess you
Yeah,
mentioned mom a while ago about the Pinggang Pinoy. And
yeah,
but
yeah,
actually the Pinggang Pinoy that you were referring to is not the Pinggang Pinoy that was that's recommended by by the National Nutrition Council. Rather, you were referring to the Pinggang Pinoy, which is full of carbs and all.
yeah,
But
yeah,
going to the question of Bernard about the Pinggang Pinoy set by the National Nutrition Council. Hello, Archie Laborde, if you're listening. Um, it's a it's it's a the Pinggang Pinoy is a simple illustration of the food portions that you are to have. Okay.
yeah,
Now, going back to his question that as we get older, do we alter the contents of the Pinggang
yeah.
Pinoy? I
Mm-mm,
must say,
mm-mm,
depending on your medical condition or depending on the situation,
yeah,
you have to. But in Pinggang Pinoy, actually, it's very simple. You eat a variety. Eat a
mm-mm,
variety.
mm-mm,
There's a portion for carbs, there's a portion for protein, there's a portion for your fruits and for your vegetables, right? So
mm.
the only difference would be probably the proportion and the portioning
Yeah,
later. Because,
yeah,
for example, if one is diabetic, the portioning
mm.
will be different. You'll really have to
Different.
adjust it and to alter,
Yeah,
right? The size of
yeah,
the meat, for example, I guess I don't have to
mm,
discuss it here that when you're diabetic, it should
yeah,
just be a matchbox size or this
yeah,
size. And then this
yeah,
would
yeah,
be representative of the fat intake. This would be
yeah,
representative of your carb intake, etc.
yeah,
Right?
mm,
So you'll really have to alter depending
yeah,
on your the condition that you are in. For example, if
mm.
one has a renal disorder, then of course,
Yeah, really,
sometimes you
there's
have to
there's going to be some,
eliminate protein from the diet, right?
yeah,
If one has a liver disorder, late stage liver disorder, you have to eliminate some proteins from the diet. So
yeah,
it may be subject to alteration.
yeah. On my thank you for that, Sir Andre, no. Uh, for me, in my opinion, no, to yung sa tanong ni Bernard, no. Well, I believe the Pinggang Pinoy naman, no, as you said, no, sa ginawa yan and it's a study, and I believe it's a standard. It is, and standards are basically nilalagay natin yan to really para may guide tayo, but it doesn't mean it has to be stiff, no, because iba-iba naman tayo kasi yan ng ano, iba-iba tayo ng how do you call it? Iba-iba tayo ng health status, no? And as well for me, no, as I grow older, we all know that when you grow older, uh, your muscle mass goes down. Your muscle mass goes down because you don't really work the way you used to work, no? And there may be
Mhm.
times na para hindi mawala yung muscle mass mo because it will affect your immune system, you need to really like level up on protein. But then again, you need to have someone with you to help you with that. But I don't think we bent it really like, kasi nakaano na yan eh. That's a standard that has been set. It has been studied, I believe so. It has been studied. So yan is for people to really like look into, but it doesn't mean na hard and fast rule na eto lahat ng tao ng Pilipino, eto dapat talaga. Because nga, sabi mo nga, Sir Andre, may mga, there are different health conditions na na-experience. So, parang
Yeah.
ano yan eh, parang you cannot really like generalize, no? Hindi mo pwedeng sabihin, lahat kayo, ito kakainin. ito lang talaga. But, as you said, it's a representation. Tama ba ako, Sir Andre? Representation ng mga portion, ng variety, no,
Mm-hmm.
that will guide
Yeah.
us. Hindi pwede puro carbs. Hindi pwede puro ano na lang, ulam, or
That's the
puro
standard. You
protein.
can't go below the standard.
Yeah.
But then if we're going to be strict about, diet, there are what you call your medical diet.
Yes.
Medical diet, wherein
Correct.
you adjust the content of your intake based on your medical condition. You have your diabetic
Okay.
diet, you have your diet for people with renal disorders, you have your Giordano
Iba-iba.
Giovanetti diet, iba-iba.
Uh-huh.
But the standard, if
Iba-iba.
you're healthy, and if there are
Yun.
no
No
that's the
other.
pinggang Pinoy is the standard.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
the recommended.
Yes. Okay, so thank you. And we'd like to say hello to the different kindred coaches in the house. We have also Tyron coming in, no? So hello, Tyron. Thank you for joining us. Okay, so ayun. So let's get back to our sa fast talk natin kanina, no? We ended with relaxation. How about sleep? What is the picture of sleep for, sabi mo nga kanina, it's a necessity. Necessity ba yung sinabi mo? Yeah, it's a
Of course, it
necessity.
is. It is a
Uh,
necessity. That's the time that your body would rejuvenate. That's the time that your cells would regenerate and repair. For those who are unaware, for those with liver problems, sleep is very important because that's the time the healthy liver cells the liver cells would regenerate. And there's a recent study, by the way, which was I do not know if this has already been published, but this was in CNN, that your cardiac health depends on your sleep. And when you talk about sleep and rest, we're not just talking here about the number of hours of sleep. We're talking here about the quality of sleep that you get.
yeah. The
There are
quality
some
of
who would sleep for like 8 hours or 9 hours, but when they wake up, they don't feel rested, right?
Yes. Yes.
So there are some who would just take about 5 hours or 6 hours of sleep, but that when they wake up, they feel refreshed, they feel rested. It's because the quality of sleep is good. So that's a recent study actually. I guess it came out 2 weeks ago or a week ago, wherein according to some health experts, your cardiac health depends on the quality of sleep that you get. So it's really is a necessity. It shouldn't be a luxury. It is a necessity.
Okay. So thank you, Sir Andre, no? So sleep, kaya pa, well, I'm gonna be, speaking my mind, no? And that's a very reason siguro, marami tayo ngayong diagnosed young people with non-fatty liver, no? Kasi, non-alcoholic fatty liver.
Fatty liver.
Because sleep, I think many, I don't know how, there are just a
Sleep
few who are
combined with the
mindful.
diet.
Oo, kasi di ba a lot of our kids now stay up late, no? They stay up late, they sleep at 2 a.m., 3 a.m., and they sleep the whole day. But it's a different sleep kasi pag umaga at iba naman yung tulog sa gabi. But, that's one thing that
Your
we need
circadian
also
rhythm is disrupted, really.
Yeah, it is. It is. So, na-affected na. Kaya marami ngayon ang mga bata with really, you wonder why they're having lifestyle diseases such as hypertension, non-alcoholic fatty liver. Many of our young people have been diagnosed before, and many have undergone operations on the removal of their gallstones, no? Marami ng experiences dito. And we need to really look into, for all the parents out there, no, ano yung nangyayari sa atin, no, sa ating mga anak, no, why they can't really like, how do we really go about that they'll be able to understand that these are really important. These are pillars of good health, and it supports really, it's a pillar of good health. So basically, if you take one pillar, it's gonna really like, matutumba po yung ating building, no? Pag walang kulang ng pillar. So, we have to
True,
really
true.
look into this one, no? So, isa din to, no? So, okay, anyway, how about water, Andre? You said it's life,
Water.
if I'm not mistaken.
Again, it's life. Why? Because you know that for a fact that majority or a good percentage of our body is made up of fluid. A
Yeah.
person couldn't survive for 3 days without fluid. So it basically water is life. You have to keep yourself hydrated. Otherwise, things would go wrong.
How
Water intake is
do you
important.
how do you like observe your water intake being a busy person?
I I always have my water beside me. I have my water jug. I perspire a lot. Okay,
Uh-huh.
I have hyperhidrosis, so I have to keep
Oh,
myself really hydrated. Whenever I go on
hydration.
duty, even if the area is already air conditioned,
Mm.
wearing the
You
scrub
still
suit,
sweat?
and during that time there was no PPE yet. Wearing the scrub
Yeah.
suit, I would sweat a lot. And one thing which I observed is that at the end of the shift, I would get this uh, what do you call this, bothering headache. And according to my friends, it could come from electrolyte imbalance. That's why when I went on duty, when I would go on duty, I would bring with me sports drink to
Ah.
maintain
Mm-hmm.
my electrolyte and fluid balance.
Yeah.
Not
I get
simply
it.
water. You know that when you perspire, you lose your sodium chloride and all.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So I need to bring with me sports drink in order to keep myself
yeah,
hydrated.
yeah.
Hydration for me is
Ayun.
very important. I drink a lot of water, a lot of fluid.
Yeah. Then again, no, everybody should really be aware, no, of your own, of your body. Your body will give you a signal, no, what it needs. So you have to really be mindful. So for you, Andre, you're aware of this thing, so you act upon it, no. Talagang tinutugunan mo yan by bringing really what you need. Yeah, sabi mo nga yung not just water, no, but something that will replace the electrolytes that you lose
Yeah.
because you sweat so much, no. Ayun. So thank you for that. So for those who are listening, if you can relate with it, no, and maybe there's some tips here that we're able to give you unaware, we're not aware, you're learning, and if you're learning from this and you're able to freely, have an experiment, use it, whatever you're getting from us here, so that you'll be able really to start off now doing your health journey. Cravings, you said temptation, how do you manage it?
There are times that I succumb to it. There are times, that I give into temptation.
What is the
And
ano yung parang na guilty, what is really the guilty pleasure mo? Ano yung guilty pleasure mo in terms of cravings? Ano yung parang sa'yo talaga, oh my gosh, this is, but I need to have it.
nothing really in particular. Well, I would admit, wine and beer. I'm not supposed to
Mm-hmm.
have it, that often. But
Yeah, yeah.
whenever there's an occasion and whenever I would eat out, I would
Mm-hmm.
sometimes or most of the time drink or have a bottle or two, which is I believe is healthy. But my
Mm-hmm.
parents keep on telling me you don't have to drink beer all the time. I mean, every time you eat out or you dine out, you don't have to drink wine with your friends all the time or every weekend, etc. But these are healthy, I tell you.
Yeah,
But it's my guilty pleasure.
yeah. Guilty.
Um, yeah, since there are times that I react to alcohol, I'm allergic to alcohol. Even if I am allergic to it, I sometimes still take it. That's part of desensitization. Getting your body used to it. that's my defense. I mean, that's how I rationalize things. This is part of
Yeah.
desensitization. So my parents would not say anything about it anymore. So that's it. When it comes to how do I control it, I already developed, I guess it comes with age, that I develop a good sense of control, not just in terms
Mm-hmm.
of food, but in terms of other pleasures in life. I
Mm-hmm.
started it when I was, I guess, in my mid 20s. It was a challenge,
Mm-hmm.
actually, for me and my friends that every Lent we would give up something which we really like. That there was a time, there
Mm-hmm.
was this one Lenten season. Lent is 40 days.
Yeah,
That we
yeah.
gave up desserts and sweets. We would
Mm-hmm.
not eat chocolate or anything for the entire Lenten season. And then it's difficult at first. It is challenging at first, most especially if you're used to it. I gave up also one Lenten season. I gave up sodas.
Mm-hmm.
So until such time that I would not look for it anymore. My body would not crave for
Yeah,
it anymore.
you were able
Um,
to do it. 30 days.
yeah,
Tama ba?
and there was even a time that I would not. Every time I drink soda, my body would react. I would have this hyperacidity. Um, I would
Mm-hmm.
have this hyperacidity attacks. So because my body
Mm-hmm.
already got used to it, it's just developing a good sense of control.
Yeah. Mm.
Your
And you must
mind
really,
being powerful over the calls of I mean your cravings and your wants. it helps
What
you
was the
in
ano?
instilling discipline to yourself. I tell you,
What
not
was
only
the
in terms of
motivation?
food. Okay,
What was the real? I mean, what's the why for it? Aside from the Lenten season, the Lenten season was the reason for it, or
yeah.
was it because you kind of feel I need it?
No, it was just the Lenten season. We
Mm.
challenged ourselves. My friends and I were talking about it, and we challenged ourselves that we're not going to eat something sweet, or we're not going to take soda for the Lenten
Mm.
season. It's a form of sacrifice, mortification
Mm.
for us. So
Yeah.
that's what we did, and fortunately, we were able to do it. We were even able to extend the what the abstinence from those food
Mm.
for like 50 days. And every Lent we would do it. We would give up
Mm.
something which is very pleasurable for us.
And then did it continue after the Lenten season?
Yes, it did. There was there
Oh.
was a time that I would not drink soda. I would
Mm.
not
So you're
take in
able
something
now to
sweet.
say no. You're able to say no, no? You're
It's
able to
easier for
really
me.
like,
Now
oh, okay.
I drink
Yeah,
sodas from time to time, but it is
yeah,
easier for me to say no
yeah,
because I came from the discipline of not having it for 40 days.
yeah. Mhm. Yeah, and I believe this is a great like for people who are watching us now, you can actually like y- a lot of people would always say hindi ko kaya even before they started doing it, and
Mm-hmm.
but if you like put yourself into it, no, and say uh, I'll try this one and see if I'll be able to do it. No, oftentimes than not, it will you yourself will be surprised that you're
Yeah,
able
just
to
like
do
in
it.
any other task, it feels daunting,
Mm.
and it feels daunting, and it really feels like it's impossible if you don't do it. But if you start doing it, if you take baby steps, then you'll be able to realize that hey, it's really
Pwede
possible.
naman pala. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. Ayun, well, like for me, I'm not really a drinker of soda since after high school because sumasakit yung tiyan ko. But
Mm-hmm.
time to time, when that time to time, parang gusto ko din uminom, no. So what I do, I put so much ice. I put a lot of ice in
To
the
dilute,
glass,
to dilute the soda.
pour a little
Uh-huh.
of it and
One
drink
thing
it.
also
And
which I have given up, by the way, is coffee. I could not
mm,
tolerate coffee anymore. I used to drink coffee a lot being a nursing student. You have to
yeah,
stay to stay late
best friend
and to
ka
keep
ng
yourself
nurses.
awake. Of course,
Yeah,
coffee is the best friend
best
of
friend.
nurses and those in the
Oh,
medical field. But then
lalo
one
na
time when one Lenten season I gave up coffee and I would not take it anymore. Now if I drink coffee, I would experience insomnia and palpitations. That's the reaction of my body. So I haven't drunk coffee for a number of years already.
that's one thing, no, that we have been. I think that's one thing that we have been repeating here for those who are watching us, no, na um, we just have to really be mindful. No, be mindful, and you can take the baby steps. No, you have got to learn to listen to your body because it is actually designed to really tell you what is good for you and what is not good for you. Okay, unless nasira na talaga because napabayaan mo, then it's not going to tell you na mataas na yung sugar mo. All ang mangyayari na lang diyan, matutumba ka na lang yun, dahil mataas na yung sugar mo, na stroke ka na lang. So you have to really learn to be mindful, no? Learn to be mindful. Community, Andre,
Well, I
how do
define
you
community as culture because
culture?
each and every community share a culture. And when you talk about culture, we're talking here about beliefs, practices, traditions, which has been handed from one generation to another. So
Mm,
that's why I really believe that every community has its own culture. Not
mm,
necessarily just the arts, not just necessarily the dance, music, etc. But their common way of life in that
yeah,
community. For the information
yeah,
of everyone, I've been a community teacher in the since I
yeah,
started in 2008, I guess. So I've been a community teacher. I've been exposed to the urban and to the rural communities here in Leyte.
yeah.
So makikita
But
mo, you will be able to see that they have unique cultures. For one
yeah,
community, then you transfer to another. That's why when you mentioned of the word community, I really think of
yun yung
culture.
naisip mo.
Their
Oh,
shared
oh,
beliefs, their shared practices and traditions, including
yeah,
health practices and beliefs,
yeah.
which has been
Yun
handed
yung
down from generation to generation.
oh, yun din yung tanong ko sa'yo. No, as you said, from when you became more aware that you have to really like take care of your health, you started eating differently. You start hindi naman siya abrupt, no, but you start
It's not
how
a
did you manage it? How did you manage it uh, in the community that you're in, like with your friends, within your friends, no? Sa mga kaibigan mo, sa mga kasamahan mo sa work. That's a community as well. How did they give support to you? And how did you work your way in there, no? Doing a health, doing a health journey on your own. Anong ginawa mo doon?
What do you mean in the community? Are we referring to my
Well,
community?
yes. Because di ba yung struggle kasi ngayon ng tao, if you go into a health journey, there's difficulty to really like maintain and really keep the journey of health when you are in a community that does not have the same goals with you. No? So paano mo inadjust yung sarili mo? Kasi nga you decided on your own. But how did you work it out with the rest of the people in your space?
Yeah, not necessarily the community per se that I am with,
Mm-hmm.
because not all of them have a say on my on my lifestyle. But I'd rather refer to the people, the immediate people who are
Yeah.
surrounding me.
Yes, yes.
Well, they're very supportive. They are the ones,
Mm-hmm.
who would keep me going, who would remind me from time to time. Most of my cousins are from the medical field, so we would discuss these things over
Mm-hmm.
lunch.
Mm-hmm.
Simple
Yeah.
conversation, the casual conversations that we have about
Mm.
our siguro when you get older. Eto, this is something which is funny. We start discussing about our own conditions. Like,
Yeah.
what what
Nag-iiba
drug
yung
are you
topic, no?
taking? Yeah. What are you taking? I experienced this and that. We would have this sharing over casual conversations. They're
Mm.
very supportive, given that they are also from the medical field. They
Yeah.
are also from the health sector. So they're also knowledgeable and aware.
Yeah. So
We
thank
support
you,
each
Andre. No,
other.
and thank you, Andre. And that's a blessing, no. That's a blessing to have people in your space who will understand your journey. But a lot of the difficulty now with the young people is that if one decides to do it, no, hindi siya mainstream like the other. So a lot
True.
of them will really
And
have
it could be
difficulty.
expensive.
Yeah,
It could
di
be
ba?
pricey. I tell you.
Yeah.
You want
Mm,
to go organic, or you want to go,
mm,
that is what is lacking in our in our country
yeah,
probably, and in our society. It becomes pricey. But hey, health should be an investment.
health should be an investment. Okay. So thank you so much, Andre, for that sharing. We're already up, no? We have finished the hour of conversation. Marami pong, I believe many have really learned a lot, no, from this
I hope so.
conversation that discipline is important. You have to really like be mindful with your body, no, and you don't have to simply like your journey is your journey. You can begin it anytime. You can decide, no, you can choose to do it, not comparing yourself with other people. Like for Sir Andre, busy yung schedule na. Nilagay niya kung ano yung pwede, ano yung maganda para sa kanya, what works for him is what he did. So, it's also the same with other people, no? Kung ano yung kaya mo ngayong gawin to start off your health journey, then have the freedom to do it. No, do it because at the end of the day, it's your body, it's your journey. Okay? So
Exactly.
it's your life that you need to really look into, no? So maraming maraming salamat, Sir Andre. Thank you so much, Andre, for
Thank you very much
agreeing to
for having me,
spend
ma'am.
time. I will see you later at the backstage, no, but is there any message that you want to speak to other people in terms of like being able to have their own health journey as well?
Well, let me start by defining health again for you. That health, it does not only pertain to the physical aspect. If we go back to the definition by the WHO, it's the complete state of physical, mental, and social well being. So, health basically is maintenance of balance in all of the aspects of one's
Yeah,
being. May it be the emotional aspect, the spiritual aspect, the physical aspect, etc. About embracing a healthy lifestyle, it is a decision. It is a task. You have to decide. And as what Coach Marife have mentioned, you decide on your own. Aside from deciding, if I may add, Coach, you design your own journey because it's yours.
yeah,
So with the support of the people around you, with your own volition, and with your own decision to step up, not just to move forward because it's of the same level. We need to step up.
yeah,
So
Step up.
and you take the first step. It could be just, small steps or baby steps. What's important is you're on your way and you keep going. Thank you very much for
Okay.
having me, Coach.
Thank you so much, Sir Andrew. That was a beautiful message, and I hope everyone who has heard it, no, will take it by heart, no, take it by heart, because atin nga to buhay nga natin, ating health journey to. The quest is always, sabi mo nga, Sir Andrew, is to really level up rather than to stay on the same path. No? Level up oneself, become a better person, become a better version of you. So thank you so much for supporting A Day Without Your Health Coach. And whether you are joining us live or watching on a replay, please to leave a comment, to share your insights, or circulate the link of this video. Don't keep us a secret. And if you're interested to embark on a journey of becoming a professional certified life coach like me, Master Coaching now offers professional training and development services, offers co-actively co-create life coach certification program with international CPD accreditation and 40 credit units. Life coaching is a 21st century learning experience that is empowering professionals to enhance their skills in multiple domains, thereby increasing their relevance in an increasingly complex workplace and dynamic business environment. CACC course includes 21-day web-based learning with lifetime access, 3-day live coaching bootcamp with Master Coach A, and a 3-day live virtual business bootcamp with senior coaching team. The program package also comes with done-for-you coaching programs and many other bonuses so you can jumpstart in the second fastest growing industry in the world today. Connect now with Coach Rizel through 0917-586-1661 to join the live coaching bootcamp this coming July 9, 16, and 23 for online learners. And for everyone from the northern part of the Philippines, face-to-face coaching bootcamp is happening on August 13 and 20. Please connect with Coach Nords at 0947-587-7113. And let me invite you to watch the other shows hosted here at Think Talk Broadcast. Please follow, subscribe, and engage in our social media accounts at Think Talk underscore TV on Twitter and Instagram, and Think Talk Broadcast on YouTube, and give us your review. For partnership and collaboration, please connect with Coach Rizal through 0917-586-1661. So see you in the next episode of A Day Without Your Health Coach on August 2, live here at Think Talk Broadcast. So, this is us in the Philippines broadcasting beyond borders and advancing life coaching worldwide. Love, bam, boom, love, bam, boom, love, bam, boom. Coaches like us think and talk like this. Never ever forget, once you have health, you have hope. When you have hope, you have everything. God bless everyone.